The Detroit Pistons beat the Philadelphia 76ers 125-112. There were a lot of catalysts behind this victory, like Malik Beasley, 36 points. Asar Thompson stepping up and taking over some of those playmaking, ball handling duties. Jalen Duren playing out of his mind against the dominant center in this league, something that he's struggled with, something that Pistons centers have struggled with. I don't want to say historically, but especially going back to Andre Drummond, they would all get bodied by Joel Embiid, but Duren didn't let that happen. The first thing I want to look at is the lead tracker. Where did I put that? Should be on here somewhere. It's right up here. Philly led for all of what? 10 seconds? Is that maybe just the first bucket? They led by 2, maybe 3. And all throughout the rest of the game, Detroit kept their foot on the gas. And you can see these little divots here. And when you look at these divots, Detroit of old would have floundered and said, oh, man, look at the divot right here. They wouldn't have been able to keep their composure up. But Malik Beasley, Tobias Harris, Tim Hardaway Jr., even Paul Reed on the bench lead to these kind of successes for this young team. You need those veterans, and that's the exact reason that they were able to keep their foot on the gas and continue winning here. And Philly is a shell of themselves. Joel Embiid does not look like the same player he used to be. There was a lot of turmoil with them fighting in even the huddle. Joel Embiid going at Kelly Oubre Jr. It's just not a good look for them, and I'm a little bit surprised it was that big of a lopsided victory for Detroit. And that's not to put any disrespect on the Pistons. It's just when you're going up against that great of a team and you're just finding out Cade Cunningham sitting, you expect a little bit more of a struggle. Look at this right here. Points in the paint, Detroit with 52, Philly with 36, second chance points 26-10. Fast break 22-10. So we beat them in 2 insane categories. And that's the toughness category, getting those second chance points, getting those points in the paint, but also in the speed. We outworked them in almost every single way this game. And that's something that this Detroit team needs to hang their hat on. Malik Beasley, who said he didn't want to get traded, should never leave Detroit. You should sign him to a major extension because I think he would be a great fit with Cade Cunningham going forward in the next few years. 9 of 19, 47%, plus 10, 36 points. And then look at Asar Thompson up there, 14, 8, and 6, a steal. Only a plus 5, but that's okay. You're still positive. I guess Stu was the only negative at minus 10. But I think hats off to Jalen Duren for playing a tough 20 minutes. That's it. But even then, he was filling up the stat sheet. 13 points, 13 rebounds, 7 assists, and a steal. I think the last thing I want to mention is that Cade Cunningham did not play tonight, but the Pistons still were able to demolish the 76ers on a national stage. And that's a team that a lot of people thought was a super team coming into this year. Obviously, some people had their reservations about Philly with Paul George, and they ended up being right so far. But nonetheless, a lot of people are probably going to come out of this, especially being a national media game, people all over the world saying they looked really good without Cade Cunningham. No, they haven't looked that good this year. Why? Like, is Cade Cunningham just not that great? Well, that's just ludicrous to even say. I think there's something unpredictable about not having your heliocentric ball handler on the court and being able to do things a little bit differently. And the ball was moving tonight. They were able to do some different things than they've normally done. And it looks like Philly wasn't able to keep up and make those adjustments. So they were more worried about arguing in the huddle than committing to the game plan. We just have a few more games until All-Star break. We get to see Cade Cunningham again. I don't know if he's going to suit up until after the break just to make sure he's fully healthy for that. But yeah, go Pistons.